Now, the Wyfold Challenge Cup on the start line between Thames Rowing Club B on the Berkshire Station over on the far side, and on the near side, this is the De Hoop crew of the Netherlands, all the way from Amsterdam, and already we're seeing that dangerous steering off the start from the Buckinghamshire station from De Hoop.
Yeah, I can't pull the grin off my face. You can see there De Hoop straight out into the middle of the course. A look there around from the BAM and Thistas. Had a little look, and Thames now going towards their boom. So it's just carnage off the start here. De Hoop going back into the middle. Wow.
I mean, it's so difficult to steer these boats. If you weren't joining us yesterday, you know, we're talking about this crew is being steered by somebody with their toe attached to a bunch of wires, and so trying to think about the next stroke, think about the balance. They're snaking, and both crews now being warned here in this Wyfold Challenge Cups event for Club Coxless Fours, and it's Thames now that are getting treatment from the umpire to return to the Berkshire station. Yeah,
lots for the umpire to do there in the opening exchange. I think neither crew will look back on that particularly fondly, that opening sort of few strokes, but it's Thames B who have it all to do now. De Hoop still slightly further away from the booms than perhaps I'm sure their coach and their supporters would like, but look like the smoother of the two crews in this opening exchange. They seem to have dealt with that adversity a little bit better.
Yeah, it looks like they're making an attempt to move back towards the Buck station. Umpire happy at the moment that both crews firmly in their water. And we're looking at the back here of the De Hoop crew. They were on the Amstel over in the Netherlands, in Amsterdam, and they actually hit the booms in yesterday's race when they were racing City of Bristol. So that bit of steering off the start, it looks like that they've not learned any lessons from yesterday's racing. But I suppose a better outcome in this sense that they stayed well clear of the booms, but just much closer to the other station.
Well, look, if they're able to ease off a little bit in this second half and maintain their lead over Thames B, I would be straight out this evening, practicing rowing up against the booms, practicing getting away in those starting exchanges, because you can hit the booms and still win in early races, but when you've got crews who are less forgiving, you're not going to get away with that sort of thing. And De Hoop not really learning from their mistakes from yesterday, but coming up here, they've got what looks like a commanding margin now.
Yeah, so those shots were from earlier in the race. It's now still De Hoop who have managed to correct that steering. You know, really difficult to get yourself in a straight line. You know, one tiny little missteer and you just end up over-correcting and flip-flopping between two sides. But they've managed to adjust that. Sander Barker in the stroke seat here, setting that beautiful rhythm that you've described, Tom. Behind him, Jaster van der Gaard, Peter Dicken and Thijs Tas in the bow seats. The fourth placed athlete from the Dutch Championships in the Coxless pair, who sits in the bow seat here. And again, it's this crew from the Netherlands that I think, you know, versus Thames, you can see the blade work just that little bit more together. You know, as the blades come in and out of the water, you can barely tell the difference, look, between the two athletes on each side.
Yeah, I'm a self-confessed football fan, and I think we call it finesse. Instead of power, it's finesse. They're just making this look technically astute. They're making it look really calm. And like I said a few races ago, rowing, when it's done well, looks really easy, it looks really smooth, and this is rowing done well. The Dutch have such a definitive style of rowing, and these guys from De Hoop are just imbuing that with every stroke at the moment. They're able to sort of show off, they're able to showboat now with several lengths of clear water moving into stewards.
So the crew from the Koninklijke De Hoop Zeilvereniging De Hoop Netherlands are going to have to think about their steering once again if they progress through, and like you say, Tom, perhaps something for the coaches to think about when they go away tonight. But against a Thames B crew, this is their second crew in the Wyfold Challenge Cup event. Their A crew, of course, still contesting, and of course Thames Rowing Club holders of this event. You know, again, to reiterate, this is the second crew from Thames. This is the B crew. Hamish Barrett, Stanley Cannons, Charles Lucas and David Potter, unfortunately, won't be defending the title for Thames in this Wyfold Challenge Cup, but De Hoop of the Netherlands will be progressing through in this Wyfold Challenge Cup race.